Hi, my name is Peggy Martinez. Today is September 4th. It's about, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm in Eureka, California. I'm heading east on 4th Street, which is also Highway 101. I am sight impaired. I do have low vision, but I also identify as blind because my vision is not reliable. But I do have some vision, which I find very useful. I use a white cane for identification and also for my travel information. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. So we're basically today focusing on Highway 101 here in Eureka. We have many really great improvements that have happened because our Caltrans District 1 has listened to a lot of suggestions that we've made through the years. So I think what I'll do right now is just show you guys the nice crosswalks that we have. So here are these it's a nice bright laddered crosswalk, and it's I would consider it a high visibility crosswalk. And as you can hear and see, the stream of traffic is pretty brisk and it's moving pretty quick. And while I'm standing here, I will tell you that I would not cross this street by myself. I cannot make eye contact with drivers, so even if a driver is stopped, and even if I can hear that they're stopped, I have no way of knowing that another driver will stop. And this is a multi-lane street, and it is very loud. So there are a lot of different things that play. There's ambient noise from all the cars and trucks. Then we also have to consider quiet cars, which make no noise. So this is an intersection that I think is great that it's been adapted, and there's a lot of really, having the crosswalk here is a great thing for a lot of people, but I would not cross this by myself, nor would I suggest that my friends in the blindness community do it either, because it's loud and cars are going pretty fast. But anyway, so right now I'm pointing south, and I'm going to turn, and now we're going to be heading east, and we're going to just navigate on this road, 4th Street, and we're on the south side of 4th Street, and we're going to experience a couple different types of traffic signals, some older signals and some new ones, and we're going to talk about the differences and why the newer ones are so much better. Okay, so I guess while I'm here, we'll just look down here, and you guys can see the truncated domes that basically are the delineator that gives blind folks and anybody for that matter the information that they're going, this truncated dome patch, or I'm sure there's a technical name for it, but it basically is the space between the pedestrian and vehicular way. And I'm just gonna kind of cane around a little bit. So just to say here that this is pretty good in terms of the location and the placement, because and I hear a car stopping, which I will ignore. I will tell them to go. Go ahead. That was nice of that person to stop. Go ahead, you guys. Okay, anyway, the reason that this is good is that, in my opinion, that this is well, I don't know everything about this, so I'm not gonna, actually, I'm gonna change my mind, and I'm not gonna qualify this installation here, because that's not what we're talking about. So we're gonna let that go. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna cross now, and I hope that it's not too bouncy as I walk along. Okay, here we go. So now I'm not going to talk for a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, we have here a fence here, and it's a chain link fence. Okay, so my only alternative is to basically walk into the street, which I'm going to do, and it is not great, okay? In my opinion, there should be some kind of a pedestrian, like Jersey barrier or something here that, yeah, okay, so I'm just checking, and there is a fence. So I'm gonna put my cane in my left hand, and I'm just gonna stick my arm out, and it's quiet now, so that's kind of cool. Well, that's useful, okay? So here we are, walking along in the street. It would be good if there was some pedestrian infrastructure here while this construction or whatever it is taking place. Yeah, it's not great. It's loud and it's scary, honestly, and I would not recommend. Hold on. Ooh. Okay. Well, now it feels like the sidewalk is free. Anyway, so I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, what are you going to do? You got to get to where you got to go, and you sometimes just have to walk in the street, and you have to basically make yourself look as big as you can. And if you have your cane with you, then at least the people know that you cannot see. So hopefully that means that they will give a little bit of grace and slow down, and you know, and it'll all work out well. Okay, so now here we are. We're feeling the truncated domes. It's quiet. I can see I myself, like I say, have vision, so I can see the crosswalk lines. Somebody with no vision at all would do things a little bit differently, but they would essentially walk across the street, and in this case, it's a very straight shot for which to do that. So here we go. So in Old Town Eureka, we have nice wide sidewalks, which is really great. I am now approaching D Street. I'm gonna cross. I basically am always listening to the traffic and listening to the, you know, the surge and then the lack of traffic. And I think that you can all hear, or at least most folks are able to hear, how loud it is when the trucks pass, and it can be distracting. I will tell you that I'm pretty familiar with this path. I've lived in Eureka for a long time, or in Humboldt for many, many years, so I'm pretty familiar with how things operate. Hello. So I'll just mention that what this is here. This is a historical building, and we have a lot of historical buildings in Eureka, so this is how we have to do our ramps, so that the building itself isn't compromised, but people have a way to get in and out of the building. So just a note that is what this is about. So when we're going in when we're heading west, and you feel a ramp in front of you, you basically have to turn back around and just navigate around it. And that's okay. It's just something that we learn here when we travel in this historic district. Okay, now we are going to come up to a traffic signal. And this traffic signal is an older type. Let me see if I can show it to you. It has a button. It just has one button on it, and the purpose, of course, is to alert the traffic signal that there's a pedestrian here. So I'm going to push this button and I'm going to cross over because I can hear the cars, I can hear the surge of traffic heading in, we call it parallel traffic. So I can hear the parallel traffic going in the same direction that I just traveled in. That is how most people who are blind tell when it is safe to cross a street. But we now have a lot of other conditions that we have to listen for. And that is why I think it's really, hopefully you'll find it interesting to look at this newer intersection.